Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Tom.
And this is the Park Bench.
We're still on a log in the middle of a cold park. I've still forgotten my coat.
Oh, we can go after this one.
What is this one?
Computer games.
Oh, okay.
I've noticed there seems to be a resurgence in the old stuff coming out. I think there's a new SNES that has just come out.
Yes. Nintendo is steadily releasing every old console just in a smaller format.
Yeah, and a Mega Drive in a small format came out recently.
Yep.
I'm not bothered by the SNES. I never had one.
No, neither did I. I was always PC.
Oh, really?
No.
You've never been a games console? But...
No, I mean, I haven't played video games in years. I haven't had time.
Yeah.
But I never had a console. I was always on PC.
Okay. Shall we go through each of our gaming histories?
Go on then.
I had a Commodore 64.
Oh, wow, okay.
Which was second-hand from a next-door neighbour, but a 30.
Mm-hmm.
Someone in a vaguely nearby neighbourhood,
yeah.
A family friend. And I only had demo tapes for it.
Oh, wow.
Apart from two games. I had two games. One of them was called Arnie, which was amazing. I think we played that.
We have. That is clearly, it's an Arnold Schwarzenegger game, but they couldn't actually get the license to use his name.
And it's a proper joystick kind of thing, running around shooting things. It's really difficult. And then after that was a Mega Drive.
Which is the Genesis in the US, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. But Mega Drive everywhere else in the world.
Mm.
Yeah, the Wikipedia article.
Genesis.
But the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So I grew up on Sonic.
Yeah.
I grew up on Micro Machines.
Yep.
The best multiplayer game.
Mario Kart. Specifically Mario Kart Double Dash.
Oh, no, that's the worst.
Best version.
No,
it's brilliant.
No, I've played the GameCube version. It was awful.
It was fantastic, and I'll tell you why. Because I was playing it with 3 other people in a university dorm years after it was released, and it was like air turning blue with swearing, because not only are you irritated at the other people playing, you're also irritated at your partner in the same car because they haven't quite nailed that shot you need to get.
Okay.
It's multiple levels of conflict and swearing. It's brilliant.
Whereas in my uni house, we had the Wii version.
Yeah, which isn't bad. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not Double Dash.
I played the Switch version recently.
Yeah.
It's like they thought, we've got a new thing coming out, so we need to add a twist.
Yeah.
Because
it's got the upside down stuff, right?
Yeah. Suddenly gravity isn't, but you've got magic wheels, which means it's exactly the same as gravity. The picture rotates slightly.
Yeah. I played that around your house once. It just confused me.
Yeah. That was weird.
Micro Machines on the Genesis, which, I mean, you're listing games that are always stuff I played round at a friend's house.
But the best thing about that one, it had a games cartridge.
Mm-hmm.
The Mega Drive had 2 joystick ports, but you could play with 4 players.
With a port adapter thing?
No, the cartridge itself had 2 controller ports in it.
Yeah, because that's stuff you could do with cartridges, because you could basically just add an extra computer.
Some hardware. Yeah. You're putting extra things into the computer.
Yeah. Whereas
these days, a Xbox, PS4, it is just a computer.
Yeah.
That you download a thing off the internet to.
Mm-hmm.
They can't modify it.
Yeah.
So it seems like the retro feelings have come back. So I've seen all the Mega Drives, all the things. And the thing that reminded me of this the other day, I was in a shop, and they had the new Nintendo thingy.
Mm-hmm.
They had the Mega Drive style thing that had been out for a while. And it had a few other things.
Right.
Which looked like they had been imported from China or that end of the world.
Oh, man. I at this point, I'm just reminded of Ashens and his thing, where he sort of brings in terrible rip-off consoles. What did they have?
So, I'll show this for Tom, obviously. You'll be able to see it on the screen now.
You assume that. I'm doing the edit. It might pop up any time.
So they have the SNES. They have a Super Famicom.
Yeah.
And then they've got a Super Boy. which it doesn't specify what that is or what it does. And Retron HD, which has a SNES-ish controller on it. And then there's the GB Boy. The GB Boy Color.
Oh, yeah.
To be specific.
Yeah, no, I recognise none of that.
Why would you buy a GB Boy Color?
You wouldn't. But parents who don't quite understand what their kids want would.
Oh, this is a dilute the market before Christmas kind of thing.
This is the equivalent of those mockbusters. Have you ever seen those in the cheap DVD bins? Not there are cheap DVD bins anymore. Netflix exists, but where I forget, like Frozen comes out, and then there will be like 2 or 3 studios who bring out Snow Queen.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Transformers film comes out, and then Roboformers or something like that comes out as well.
Yeah, like the toys, but
yeah, it's the game equivalent of that. They're basically just working through every single trademark, not quite infringing rip-off they can do.
Now, the reason I know that there are other alternatives to buying these is I recently rebought a Mega Drive.
Yeah,
because they're all over eBay.
Yep.
And another gadgety reselling shop all over the UK has bits and bobs of that kind of thing. And Game Boys all over the place. And N64s and all of that kind of thing. What games did you play?
So, I had a bit of a nostalgia. I did not know this was on the list of things we could talk about, but I got a bit of a nostalgia trip a little while ago. Because, obviously, I grew up on PC. I grew up with shareware games.
Did you have DOS games before the
DOS
PC games?
Yes. Well, that was a PC game.
Yeah,
Same thing.
Yeah.
I had DOS games. I grew up on games like Frogger, the original Frogger. Way before Crossy Road was a thing. I grew up on Digger, which was a rip-off of Dig Dug.
Okay.
I grew up on a game called Alley Cat.
What's that?
It is, you are a cat in an alley, and you have to jump on bins and jump into windows and do little mini games, and it's just a series of mini games, as you call it now.
Yeah.
But it was written by, I think, one IBM engineer. I might be wrong on that, in his spare time, and it just became this. It was lovely. It was so all these old games, all the old ones that are now abandoned, everything like that. If you want to run them on a modern computer, you used to have to download DOSBox, which was a DOS 5, whatever, emulator, and do a load of tweak and get a load of stuff. But recently, in the last year or two, the Internet Archive have started publishing these games.
Have they?
With a DOSBox emulator in HTML5.
So it's emulating a computer from 25 years ago.
The entire computer is being
in
emulated in JavaScript in your web browser. So you just go, I want to play this game from when I was a kid, and mostly it works. Sometimes it doesn't. You need a new version of Chrome or something like that.
Yeah.
And frequently there are lots of little hacks but you click a thing and it works, and it's in a web page. And as someone who grew up, I think I did my first web page in Notepad. Whoa, okay, that's a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you load these? So with the Commodore 64, I had to load them off tape. So I can remember waiting 20 minutes while the game loaded in, played a little ditty on a loop.
I remember a neighbour having a Commodore 64 and me being really confused by load times in cassettes. Because the first computer I had, back when I filmed with the Centre for Computing History in Cambridge, they shot a video for their channel, which was just me talking about my first computer, because they had one of those models.
Oh, cool.
But the first one I had was an Amstrad, so Sir Alan Sugar's, well, as he is now, Lord Sugar, whichever one he is. Alan Sugar's company. But we had a hard disk. The first computer I had, it was about 20 megabytes, 40 megabytes, something. I think it was 20... I can't remember when double space came in. For a while, there was a program that would act as a bootloader and would automatically compress your entire hard drive in real time.
This is advanced technology.
Oh, I think it was... Yeah, it would basically take your hard disk from like 40 meg to 80 meg, provided you were storing text on it, because it could compress that. Of course, if one bit went wrong on your hard drive anywhere...
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, going back. So I was running these off a hard disk. I don't know the details beyond that, because at that point I was just like
a child.
Yeah. I didn't go out and buy computer games. I just knew that there were some games on there that I played sometimes. But it was lovely. I just, I was able to type the word cat in, and there was a game about a cat.
Huh.
And there's a dog there.
They've got flashy balls. On their collars, so then the owners can find them.
Generally get those removed at some point. So for me, loading was a case of starting up the computer and typing in keywords. So yeah, I was always. I never saw the point of games consoles because it seemed like a really limited version of what I could do with the computer.
Yeah.
I recognise, on the other hand, that GoldenEye did not come out for the PC, so I continue to suck at GoldenEye to this day. I have never been good at games that require a joypad. Can't do it. Keyboard and mouse.
Okay. I started playing. So in the very late 90s or the early 2000s, I played games on computers. Unreal Tournament.
Oh,
online.
Yeah.
Online.
Over 56k connection.
No. My parents live in the countryside.
Over a 14k connection.
No, 9.6.
It
was amazing. It was nothing like multiplayer now because you'd tell it to do something, you'd fire your gun, and then in 5 seconds' time you'd be dead. But you'd get to see what happened 5 seconds later.
Yes.
It's like Postal Chess, but a first-person shooter.
Yeah. We've previously established that I was a Star Trek nerd growing up.
Yeah.
So there was essentially what was a total conversion for Quake 3, which was called Star Trek Elite Force.
Oh, I played that. I think my brother had that.
Yeah, so I had that, obviously, because Star Trek nerd. I played that online. I distinctly remember the shift from dial-up to broadband, because it meant, I've got a 14 ping now. Oh, I can actually shoot people. So yeah, I don't know what other. That's most of my nostalgia. There was old DOS games, and then things like Theme Hospital and stuff like that.
I found digging through some crap I've got in my parents' garage.
Yeah.
A copy of Theme Park World.
Oh yeah.
Which is a game I spent many hours on.
I was a roller coaster tycoon.
I managed to get that running on a modern computer using some magical bits of the internet.
Yep.
And I completed the level in about an hour and a half. I can remember constructing a park for days. But no, just an hour and a half.
Yeah, I don't have the attention span for games like that. I didn't really have back then, so I just kind of got to a level where I got stumped, looked up the cheats, and then went from there.
And while we're doing a video about games and gaming, we're not, neither of us are gamers. If anything, we're the most casual of casual gamers. I like playing them, but I have an attention span of maximum 20 minutes on this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I've probably mentioned on here before, I can't watch full TV series generally because I just tune out. So I rarely completed a game.
Yeah.
I interrupted a thought of yours.
No, I was just saying I can still remember the cheats for Theme Hospital. I can still remember the code. The fax machine came up occasionally, and you had to type in 24328. On the, I can still remember, which is cheat in letters. Sorry, that's literally 20 years, maybe too late. That revelation. Okay, yeah, that would have been easier to remember than the numbers.
Age of Empires. We played Age of Empires at school. That was installed on the school computers. And rather than go outside in the winter or the summer or at any point of the year, me and my friends would go into the computer room and play that against each other.
Oh, we once successfully got Doom going on the LANs in our lab. Was it Doom or was it Quake? Whatever it was, it had a chainsaw. Because I discovered it was a lot more fun, rather than actually trying to get into a shootout or anything like that. Might have been the original Team Fortress, actually. Whatever it was, it was a lot more fun to just run up behind people with a chainsaw and just irritate them slightly before the shot. Because I knew I was going to lose. Might as well be a bit of a dick about it while I was there.
That's similar tactics in GoldenEye. Just proximity mine the entire place. Then stand very still and wait for everyone else to die.
No good at GoldenEye, that.
I went round a friend's house. They had a N64 recently.
Yeah.
It is impossible.
Yeah.
It uses completely different control schemes to modern games.
Yeah.
There you go, there's some game-related nostalgia there. Comment below with your favourite games from the past.
We didn't have an ending for that.
No.
Just go look up Alley Cat. Go play that for a bit.
If you're a parent watching this, buy the original thing for cheaper than the copy on eBay or something because it much better.